Well, I'm really not sure if we have audio, but we should. I think I fixed the issue. There's absolutely no sunrise today due to the overcast clouds. But we do have the deer sitting here, or at least one, and an ibis. And we do have the blue heron right down here. There's a little blue heron. My alert's not working for him. We'll fix that later. All right. Things just aren't working this morning. Very weird. All right, hopefully somebody's in chat. Somebody can hear me. Let me know if we're good. Let me know if we're not good. I got nothing. Not sure what's happening this morning, so we'll continue though. The video stabilization in Moblin took a shit this morning. Let's see what else. The camera wouldn't fix at a certain angle. Seems like some other setting is off also. So not really sure if you can hear me, you can't hear me. I got no answers this morning. Thought I saw something. The display definitely seems off on the phone. A whole bunch of things. I don't know. I didn't change anything. Good morning. Well, thank you for speaking so I know that the audio is working. Do you hear the wind or no wind? Wind or no wind this morning? I sound very soft. Okay, so I'll speak a little louder then. That's probably because the noise canceling is on the mic. Let's see if we change the mic, if it's any better. What happens when we do that? We have wind or no wind. I'm never really sure which setting it should be on for the wind. Now you have a lot of wind. Okay, so this is the wind mic. This is the wind mic that cuts down on all the wind and you don't have to hear that horrible noise. But I do have to just talk a little bit louder so everybody else can hear me. Okay. Now I know which one it is. When you do the plug and play for the audio mics, sometimes it makes 2 or 3 different ones at the same time, so you're never really sure which one you should be on for the wind. It just gives you a new, like when you plug something in, it doesn't give you the name of the device. Mother's Day was great. We had a really long ride yesterday, and I only streamed once in the morning, and the rest of the day we just hung out, me and ML2, at the house. We didn't go anywhere. The kids sent flowers. They all called, so it's a good day. We tell them all the time, we don't need a gift card. We don't need a regular card. We just need a phone call. That's all we need. Not a text. Mother's Day and Christmas are the 2 days I would prefer a phone call. So, and they all called. So that was a good thing. Nothing else is required of them. I just like to hear their voices some days. Good morning. So it was good. And ML2 made my favorite. I've been craving sausage bread, which is really just dough with sauce and sausage bread and mozzarella. But my mom used to make it for me. So ML2 made it for me yesterday on Mother's Day. And it was delicious. So we're just going to ride this morning and stop around a couple of the ponds and streams and see if we see anything. It is very overcast here, very humid. Very humid out here today. You know, every day I open the door to see whether or not I need a sweatshirt, which I always do put on anyway because I'm always cold. And I could probably take it off today. That's how humid it is out here. Yeah, so that 79% humidity is definitely there. Yeah, so it's definitely heavy, definitely damp out here. All of those moist, lovely little words that describe weather in Florida. I wish it would just rain. I really do. I'd love to do a video of another thunderstorm here. That was so cool that day. That was very cool. My phone did nothing, so, you know, the phone is pretty much mostly waterproof until you get water in the charging port. Then they kind of boohoo on that. I do need to order another. I want a water case. I want a phone case that I can drop in the water and see if we can stay connected. I had one, but it's too old now. It's crappy. I need a new one. Another package coming to the house. I head for Cape Cod. Hold on. I wish I could share my weather in chat. Yeah, there is a way to do it. If you can Google it and figure it out how we can do it, I'll put it up as an alert for people to share their weather. There is a way of doing it, but I don't know. I don't use OBS. I don't. A lot of the stuff has to run through OBS in the computer. I don't do any of that. So, but if it's a command that I can just put somewhere into like Stream Elements, I would do it. I head to Cape Cod. Welcome in, Muffin Man. Thanks for stopping in. We're having all sorts of bullshit problems this morning. I guess that's because the sun didn't come up, so everything else figured it would take a shit on me this morning. We are leaving here, I believe, on the 19th to go to Epcot, to go to Disney again. One last trip because it is the Flower and Garden Show at Epcot. And they do all the beautiful topiaries there, and we go every year. And we'll be there probably, I don't know, to like the 22nd. We're just doing a quick trip, like 2 days there. And then we'll head to Tennessee after that. I think on the 23rd, which is that Saturday, we'll head to Tennessee. So we'll head to Tennessee and we'll be there for 2 or 3 days. And after that, we head up to Long Island for 2 to 3 days. And then we head up to upstate New York to see Loons, who's my daughter, Mama Loons. That's where the name came from. Then we go up there to see Loons for a couple of days. And then we go to Cape Cod after that. So it's about a 2-week trek just to get there from stopping every place to see all of our children. But once I get to Cape Cod, we will definitely be there. At least till the end of June, we would probably stay put and just travel around Cape Cod. Yeah, I mean, that's where the alert is for that we use right now for iWeather, but I don't know how to make it that you can do your weather. So you could tell me what your weather is there. I don't know if you just type in iWeather. Yes, I do. I will be streaming from Cape Cod. I haven't done it yet, but we will be. You know, the town that I'm in has a lot of beaches. We're one town away from Provincetown. I'm up in North Truro, so we'll be spending a lot of time riding the bike through Provincetown and around that area. Maybe we can get up to the Pilgrim Monument. Um, there's a lot of beautiful places. We have the lighthouses are out there. So we have a lot of beautiful things that we can go and see. And sunrise and sunset from the Cape is just beautiful. Um, so yeah, Stream Elements, back to the weather. Stream Elements, you might be able just to type, do exclamation point weather and your city and state and see if that works. You can try that. Do exclamation point weather, your city and your state or your country, and see if that works. Unless I just have to set up a new alert that just says exclamation point weather, and it would allow that, because right now my command is exclamation point weather Newport Richey, Florida. So I wonder if, yeah, Cape Cod is beautiful. Cape Cod is beautiful. You know, you have to be a beach person. I can play around with it later when I'm sitting around. See, I'll Google it and see how we can get that to work. But Cape Cod is always interesting. Unfortunately, I won't be there for Carnival this year, which is one of the highest attended events for Provincetown. They have what's a carnival, and they have a parade, and there's a theme to the parade, and over 100,000 people come into Provincetown to see that parade every year, and it's very busy. But I will be back in Florida at that time, because we'll be in Disney for about 8 days. So, but there are many other events that we can definitely put the camera on. I think we have the Portuguese parade. It's a huge Portuguese fishing community there. How are you? It's a huge Portuguese fishing community there. It's a huge LGBTQ all accepting community in Provincetown. All of the Cape is pretty much that way. So there are a lot of different things that we can see in Provincetown. A lot of eclectic stores. It's not just the cheesy t-shirt stores. It's a beautiful town. Yeah, that was me and ML2 went there the first time probably in 1994 when we had. Sorry, I will wait. I'll wait to talk. We'll be kind to the people listening to the ads. We have time. ML2 started going there probably in 1994. Excuse me. We went there because it was a large gay community, open and accepting. And we've been going every year. We went every year until we purchased a place. We camped there for years. And then we purchased a small condo there, just 455 square foot condo, very small. Well, they support it. It's predominantly that way. And we considered purchasing right in Provincetown, but there's a lot of events that take place in Provincetown. You could literally Google Provincetown events 2026, and you will see that every weekend or every week there's something else that they're going to try to support or push forward. It's the town's built on tourism, of course. It was a fishing village back in the day. Huge Portuguese community there. Still is a huge Portuguese community there. Fishing, fresh lobster coming in right off the boat every day. Fish comes right off the boat every day. So it is a huge um, fishing community still. We went underwater. And like I said, we've been going since 1994. And we purchased in 2001. So all those years we would just go and rent a place or we would camp. We used to, we had a small pop-up camper. So before ML2 was retired, we would spend 2 weeks there every year. And then we would do 2 weeks someplace else and take the kids on vacation somewhere else, whether it be Disney or Virginia. We always tried to take them away at least once a year to have a family vacation. Of course, they all prefer Disney still to this day. They still all prefer Disney. We had vacationed in Virginia, up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We took a trip there, and we took them all over Virginia. And we've done Pennsylvania with them, of course, Florida. We did Vermont. I am. I am on a pedal assist bike, yes. Yeah, my hips are too torn apart to use a regular bike anymore. I don't use the throttle unless I'm getting. And some people using a pedal assist bike if they're not going to pedal. You can't tell me you're exercising when you're not pedaling. So I do pedal, except when I'm taking off. That's usually the only time I'll throttle. Good morning. Unless it's really uphill. Oh, really? Yeah. September, that's late. Usually all the Pride festivals are in June. Unfortunately, down in Florida, a lot of that stuff has been canceled. Once again, political reasons. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so we've been to many places with the children year after year. And then they all get older and they get jobs and their vacations don't coincide, with when we want to do something or, or when ML2 could do something. So But usually for a major birthday, um, my 60th birthday, they all came together and we all did a big Disney trip. ML2's 60th birthday, we all did a big Disney trip. That's a lot of us, you know, there's 14 of us when we're all together, so it's tough. Yeah, Pride is in June. Pride months are usually in June. Yes, California, San Francisco. Yes. I'm riding my bike and my mirrors aren't adjusted. I just come out here like an 8-year-old boy every day and ride my bike. I don't know why there's mirrors on the bike. I never even adjust them. The problem is I adjust my mirrors for when I'm holding my handlebars, and then I don't hold my handlebars because I ride with no hands. I gotta say, there's not a lot of things out here today. I'm gonna say that it's due to the weather that we're not seeing too many birds. It is. Oh, you like to go to California for a Pride celebration? Yeah, I've been to Manhattan. I did Pride in Manhattan one year. I did I did Pride in Manhattan one year, and it was exactly what you would think it would be. Crazy. Let me change the mic this way you can hear me a little better, I think. I always like to stop here in the morning just for a little break. I did Pride in New York City once. That was crazy as hell. And where else? That's really the only place. Oh, I've done Pride just in a small little towns around where we lived on Long Island. We would do a couple of Pride festivals there. But I haven't been to one in a long time, unless it's up in Cape Cod. You know, unless we're up in Provincetown, and then we do it. But after a while, well, you gotta go out of your town. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just bought more shit last night. I just bought more stuff last night. Typical. But me and ML2 knew that once she retired in 2019, travel would be on. That was the thing she wanted to do when she retired. So it does get expensive. It does. You know, and we don't really go high end. We don't. I mean, a lot of the hotels and stuff that we stay at, I am a Hilton Honors Diamond member. I have a Hilton American Express card, so all of my bills basically get paid through American Express. Whatever bill will accept American Express, and I gather points that way, which can then be redeemed into hotel points that can be redeemed for free nights. So usually, if I'm in a Hilton, I'm not paying for it because of everything else I do. But I also own Hilton Timeshare, so I gather more points that way too. We have nothing moving out here today. Beautiful reflection. A couple birds jump in. We have no sandhill cranes out here today. We have no marshy hens today. Just a very quiet morning. Good morning just to chat a little bit. And yeah, I mean, traveling is expensive. that's why we plan carefully for the trips. ML2 does a lot of research prior to us going. We use different tour companies. We use Get Your Guide online. We use Viator. When we get to a city, you just look up a tour that's through one of those apps, and you can pick up a tour pretty easily through them. Technical bullshit this morning. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, we had a lot of bullshit problems this morning, and I finally figured out, I think, what it was. No, you're not bad luck. What happened was yesterday, there was another setting inside of Moblin that said video. It was something about video stabilization to keep. Oh, it was horizon. It was to keep the camera focused on horizon. So in that setting, the camera is constantly twisting to find the horizon. So I had to find that setting again, because when you find this stuff and you do it, well, then you should sell some of your art to fund it. So I find the settings in Moblin, because there's so many settings, and then I say, oh, that would be good then, but that's really probably a good setting for the gimbal. So we were dealing with that this morning. So the camera kept turning and twisting and doing all sorts of weird shit. And then they have color stabilization, but I should really play with that stuff like when we're live. That's when I really should play with it. But I never want to do any of that stuff when we're live, because then, then you're just screwing up with us, But there's always another setting that you can change. Okay, where do you try to sell them? I mean, there's plenty of, you have Facebook Marketplace now. You have Nextdoor. I think there's plenty of little places that you can market your own stuff now. It is so quiet out here today, my God. Heavy, humidity, quiet. Feels like rain. We got fishes jumping. But this is one of those spots that I like to just stop for a minute, hydrate a little bit, and just have a conversation without the wind mic on. Yeah, I've always found that Facebook Marketplace was the best place to sell stuff. When I'm trying to get rid of things around the house that I found that Facebook Marketplace is really the best place for it. We have a lot of birds flying around today, but nothing crazy landing over here. Facebook Marketplace is pretty easy. Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Debbie. Do we have crappy weather up there again? You're not out? Debbie, if you're not following Debbie CSM, please just go over and give Debbie CSM. She does beautiful sunrises. I got no sunrise here either, Deb. I got crappy weather. Hey, Carvey, how are you? Um, you going to be playing the piano? Usually you go on and play the piano for us. It's be- it's beautiful here. It's overcast though. We have no sun. Look, we got no sun. We have no sunrise. So I just stopped to take a hydration break off the bike. All the settings this morning took a shit deb in Moblin, so we started, we stopped, we started. But, IRL streaming, not for the weak. And every day I say, you know what, stop touching shit. My daughter Loons tells me all the time. Okay. All right, yeah, it'll clear up. It usually clears up. Mornings sometimes on the Cape can be funky. They start out hazy and crazy, and then by 11 o'clock in the morning, and then by 11 o'clock it's beautiful again. So, but I haven't seen any birds this morning, just 2 sandhill cranes and 1 little blue heron. That's been it. So, let's continue. Let's go to the next area and see if we can find anything. It is a very steep incline. That's where I sit when I sit here. And once again, no benches. It's dumb. Put a fucking bench here, man. Put a bench so people can sit here and enjoy it. All right. We are here. Let's plug you back in so we can charge up. Going to change over to the wind mic. Okay, we changed over to the wind mic so you don't hear that. Turn on the bike. And let's go to the next place. Everything's situated. Everything was not situated. I forgot to put the kickstand up. Good morning, Dulce. How are you? We have crappy weather here in Florida. Overcast and hazy. But no rain in the forecast, I don't think. Hopefully the wind mic is doing its job and you're not listening to the howling wind. And we'll go on to the next area and see if we can find anything this morning. It's funny, last week or the end of last week, all the magnolia trees down here were blooming and there was just this beautiful scent in the air. It's like they're already done blooming. I am fine. I am fine. We had some technical issues when we first started this morning, but it's IRL streaming. Sometimes you just have to figure it out when you're live. That's the unfortunate part of the IRL streaming part. All streaming. Sometimes you just have to figure it out while you're live because you really never know if it's going to work until you hit that go live button. And that's for any streamer. So if you're in the stream and there's technical issues taking place, just hang out while the streamer tries to figure it out. And we have less ways to try to figure that out when we're out on the road. I don't use any settings other than in Stream Elements to do commands and stuff like that. Those get up set up in Stream Elements, and then I have to push them into set them up in Moblin also to work. So, I mean, if that's not working, then it's not working. When I'm out here, if it's not working, then you know, I could probably go into Stream Elements, the web browser, and do that while I'm here, while I'm on the bike. But, if I don't have to, I'm not doing that. So usually, you figure out you leave your house and everything's working, and you get out here and you turn on the hotspot or just on your data plan, and I don't know. The stream was up this morning. We were on the hotspot Wi-Fi. We got halfway through the community and it's telling me it was reconnecting. So what the hell? I have nothing. I'm not even sure if we're on it right now. Yeah, we're on the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if that's a little gator down there or not. I do see something right there swimming towards us. That could be a little baby gator swimming it towards us. That is a huge reflection in the water. There he is. There's the baby gator. That is a baby gator. And you can see by when we zoom out how tiny he is. That's a little baby. I'm glad to see that there's some baby ones around though. I do enjoy them. I really do. I know that they're dangerous. Just a Bobby. He's just a Bobby. Yeah. He's a cutie though. We will leave him be. We don't want him to think that we're going to hurt him. So we will move on. That was nice. Well, it was mating season about a month ago, so I don't know how long the gestation period is for them. About 2 months ago, we would hear the alligators come out, and you just hear them with that deep throat noise that they would make, like bullfrogs. That's their mating call. But thanks for coming in, Dulce. Thanks for joining. I know you've been doing a lot of doubles at the shop. So, do you have off today? We have the sun trying to come through. That's what we have right now. We have a couple of birds just walking around over here. So that was a very nice little surprise. Once again, we don't want to get too close to them. space. I'm just trying to find some food in the morning or all day. Some huge cranes flying overhead. So I'm going from pond to pond, stream to stream this morning. Crazy reflection. Right? Look at that crazy reflection, huh? You can see how the drought is affecting the water levels here. This should be filled up to the grass line almost with water. I didn't see the ducks this morning. I didn't see the baby ducks this morning. So I'm not really too happy about that. I don't know where they were. They weren't where they normally are. So I might take another quick run down there to see if they're there, waiting for this golfer to move. Good morning. How are you? I am well. Have a good game. Thank you. I think we're just going to shoot back to see if the baby ducks came back. Or maybe I just didn't see them. Well, I would be sad. The baby ducks were gone. I still haven't seen a woodstock. It's been days. It's been days since we've seen a woodstock. And I came out late today. I didn't get out here until like, I don't know, 6:15, 6:30ish. So usually I'm out when it's dark. Usually I'm out when it's dark out. But I wasn't today. So I'm going to go back down here and see if I can find the baby ducks, see if I just missed them this morning. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we find them. Good morning. Good morning. No baby ducks. crazy. Where'd they go? All right. They must have gone to another pond. Well, our ducks must have moved to a different pond because they're not here. So we're doing a day or two to resurface somewhere. But there are a lot of ponds behind houses here also, that all these streams and ponds connect behind some houses. We come up here because there's water underneath this bridge also. We may have relocated to this area. This is a beautiful little area here. Sometimes we can see different things here. You know, sometimes we can see the birds and the trees in here. But it's super quiet, but just super pretty. Yesterday, for the first time, I saw a snake going through in the water. I was very surprised at, because normally I don't see snakes down here, but everybody else does in the grass and everything. I don't usually see them. But yesterday, I forgot about that until just now. We did have the mallards mating the day before. That was interesting. And morning, ladies. You too. I try to give the ladies the right of way and let them go, and then I just coast. They're not using e-bikes, and they do all over this community every day, so kudos to them. So I try to just stay back a little bit, because Lord knows I can pass them very easily, but I don't want to do that. There's no reason for it. I'm not out here to be obnoxious. That's not it. Good morning, John. How are you? I'm well. Even on a bike, I do try to pay attention to the rules of the road, as we should, even though the golf carts don't always, or cars do. Some of them don't even slow through the intersections. I was almost hit by a golf cart the other day, but didn't think that he had to stop for a stop sign. You know, they don't think that the rules apply to them when they're on a golf cart. Or even people on bicycles. You know, I at least slow at an intersection. I just don't always assume that they're going to stop. I also have signals on this bike, so, you know, and lights on the back. and the front. So I do use my signals. I do slow at the intersections, especially when we're out on the main road like that. But a lot of people just tap and go. Just a lot of tap and go in here. See, my little blue heron icon's not working. We're gonna have to fix that when we go home. I don't know if we can. Those are the Muscovy ducks that just went flying. We also have I think what's might be a limpkin down here. Once again, if I get a clear shot of them, I can go back and identify them, and then we put them in the Discord. But I also create an alert for them. But this is a little blue heron. I'm not sure why my alert's not working, but we'll fix it. Good morning, John. How are you? Welcome in. Getting ready for your morning, having your coffee. You stop to say good morning. Check out John, everybody. A lot of fun, a lot of different games he plays with the community. We're just out riding around, John. The birds are okay. They haven't been, not in abundance, but they're here. We saw a little baby alligator. We saw a sandhill crane. We got this little blue heron right here. I'm pretty sure that might be an ibis down there in the distance, right there. Two Muscovy ducks just went overhead. So it's been okay. It's been okay. No deer. I only saw a couple of deer over by the golf course this morning. Not a really good sunrise today. We're very cloudy and overcast here. High humidity. But that's okay. We'll get our ride in and we'll move on. I did see a snake in the water yesterday. I have to go back and clip it. And the day before, John, we saw mallards mating. There is a clip of the mallards mating. Quite interesting. The male was definitely trying to mount the female, and there was another female that kept shooing the male away. Very interesting little ritual that was taking place. But this is a blue heron, a little blue heron. Absolutely beautiful colors on the blue heron.